Well, on the bright side, at least I'm in the pouring rain. Crikey. Well, how do you like that for timing? I'm soaking wet. I hate generators because, you know, the power's not out right now, but when it goes out here, gosh, I am soaked. It is when we have terrible weather like this. Here, let me show you this. And of course, I want to keep that outside because I don't want fumes. All right, whatever. Legend has it, he's still trying to start that. When I need to run a generator, what kind of weather do you think that is? Like nice sunshine? No, it is always when the weather's like this, the generator sits out there, I close the doors. Not no more. I got the 5000 plus with the smart transfer switch. Have had that for, I think, a little over a year now. I bought the expansion battery so that I can power the whole house. All right, I give up. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. In this video, we are going to do a follow-up of the Jackery 5000 plus. I did a video on that and the smart transfer switch about a year ago, but hey, it's been a year. How much have I enjoyed that thing? Well, I will tell you, I can tell you this right off the bat, I loathe the generator. Always have. That has been our primary form of home backup. We would power that with this guy. This is hardwired. Our electrician did this for us back in 2001, 2002 when the house was built, and it worked. What I don't like is I don't like the sound. I don't like the oil changes. I don't like that when I need the thing to work, it doesn't work. I don't like the fact that even when it's outside and the garage doors are closed, my carbon monoxide detector goes off in the house. And then we try to get it as far away as we can. But for the last year, I have had 5000 plus home backup. I liked it so much that I bought the expansion unit, and now if the power goes out, I can still be up and running. Let me explain to you why, as contractors, this is important. So, real brief background on Awesome Framers. So the channel that you're watching, welcome. If this is the first video that you're seeing, we show how to build a house, especially the framing, foundation, siding. My dad started this company when I was about 6 months old in 1978. So we have built, our job costing is over 400 houses since then in the Pacific Northwest. So we have always had a gas-powered generator because some sites we don't have power. If we show up early on in the foundation stage, usually we're there before we can get utilities in. And that hasn't historically been that big of a deal because all the power that we needed came from that guy. We would usually park it on the other side of the van, on the other side of the property to try and minimize the noise because we hate the noise even though we're wearing hearing protection. Well, that has all since changed. Instead of using, I mean, there's a reason I can't even get that thing to start. We've had it serviced, but we just haven't needed to use it, well, since we got this. This unit right here, in fact, let me just take you along for the ride. All right, let me just show you what we got going on here. That is the Jackery 5000 plus. It's on wheels, you know, it's portable. I've got the solar panels there. If I needed to, I can actually charge that off of solar. Right now I have it set up with the smart transfer switch and I can control all this through the app. But if the power goes out from the grid, this will kick on pretty much instantly. I do have a battery backup on my PC, so I'm okay with just the very brief time that switches over. Incidentally, I mean, the size of that thing, it's tiny. Right now in my house, in the Jackery app, I have the working circuits. So just for frame of reference, I have garage plugs right now, 10 watts, the kitchen lights, 56 watts, the living room lights, 51 watts. But now when I get to the kitchen plugs, and I will show you my little workstation, I have a PC, a couple monitors, and a load of external hard drives, as well as network attached storage. All told, it's probably 80 to 100 terabytes, I don't even know. That is pulling 300 watts right now. That's primarily what I need this for. So the way that it's set up is that if the power goes out, that's gonna automatically transfer over. I can even adjust, like right now I have this guy, it's at 77. I liked it so much that I went ahead and bought an expansion unit because, for a couple of reasons. Our house is kind of set up as a home base for our friends and family, that if the power goes out for any length of time, people can basically come out and move in with us. We have the power here and we have a well, so we have water. That is just expansion. I've never actually needed and drawn down this entire unit. By way of reference, look at the size of this thing. There's no way I could even pick this stupid thing up and put it in the van by myself. There you can see, it's like basically 2 of these is about the size of this generator. Let me just get it out of here. Okay, so I'm gonna pull double duty out of this, or triple duty. One, it can power the house when I need it to. That allows me to keep working. It allows us to keep the lights on, do some cooking. We can even do our laundry. We have one of those heat pump washer dryers, plugs into 110. We can run it, wash and dry our clothes. But if you are watching this video on this channel, likely you are a contractor. So now here's where it gets beautiful. This unit is portable. Like, I can unplug it up here and I can lift that into the van without too much trouble by myself. There's no way I can lift that generator. I can take this to the job site and I can power any of the power tools that aren't battery powered. Now for us, the reality is we are 100% cordless. We have like an old table saw that we almost never use. We bust it out like every 2 years. Everything else that we use is battery powered, but I can charge them off of that. Along those lines, we built an entire house without our utilities. There's a long story. The power company had to pull power, and by the time that all got scheduled, we were like, well, we could just run it off batteries. It's like battery and the battery tools, and we built the entire house. It didn't slow us down at all. However, there's certain things that like our battery tools can't do. One is they can't heat a house. So when we get the house drywalled and the drywall finisher comes in, we need to keep heat in the house. That allows things to dry. He can come back and finish his work. Well, with that, because I can go 240 out, I can plug in the portable furnace that our heating guy made. It's not like this one behind me. It's almost. I'll show it to you in just a moment. So we've got this furnace on a little cabinet dolly. Right now we're just using it to store things. But you can see it's even been sprayed on when it's textured. We just plug that right into the Jackery and we can just run this thing. That allows us just to keep rolling. Do not judge us. We are currently in the stage of cleaning up all this stuff. Hey, remind me to tell you about the negatives of being a content creator. We can then plug that in, run that heat inside the house, keep it warm, and that keeps the project going, when usually our temporary power pole does not have 240 wired, it's just 110. And the house itself, we haven't gotten power to it. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. If we do, then like the dryer plug we can plug into. Otherwise, it's this bad boy. So the fact that this has all of the energy that I need, I can charge it off anybody who has power. I can charge it off my solar panels, the portable ones there. Now granted, that's gonna take a while. Is we don't have to let anybody else's schedules dictate how we build our house. So the way I've got it set up is I've got DaVinci Resolve. I'm doing most of my editing here, and then I can see full screen there. Now, let me just show you why it is that this kitchen plugs takes so much power. By the way, this Anthros chair is fantastic. So here's what we've got for hard drives. I believe 1, 2, 3 are the same size. I think they're all 20 terabyte. I cannot even remember what the Synology drive is. This is an older drive that really only works with my old laptop because it's made for Macs and I'm a PC. But anyway, it's there. And then I've got random hard drives connected here. I've got one down here. I've got one underneath there. And then there's my PC. It's like the Dell, I don't know, XPS 8950, something like that. So the way that this works is I almost always shoot a minimum of 2 cameras, usually 3, add the drone, maybe POV clipped to the bill of my hat. I put those on my hard drive. I organize them by the name of the camera on the job. Even like usually I'll just, whatever the task is that we're doing, let's say we're framing the floor. I'll have camera A is always audio, so you would be camera A. Camera B is other angles, etc., etc. I use proxy workflow. Like right now, this camera is DJI Action 6 shooting at 8K. So those are big files. Even with a good machine, that's gonna slow down. That's why this all takes so much power. So I'll do a behind the scenes video in the future. So the point of this video is that I need power to the house. I need it without fuss. I hate generators with a passion. They're too heavy. The weather's always bad. The thing almost never wants to start. I have to maintain it, change the oil, take it in to get serviced. We may not use it often enough, like lose power often enough that it just starts the first time every time. Gosh. I don't want to listen to the noise. I don't want to deal with the smell, and I want none of that on the job site as well. What we have found is that the more considerate that we are of the neighbors, like we don't blast loud music. When we do, it's Madonna's greatest hits, and the neighbors always love that. The Madonna Best Of Celebration album. It will always put us in a good mood. They don't need to listen to the generator all day. When our roofers show up, we're like, just use our compressors. We don't want to listen to your generator all day. The Jackery Home Power 5000 Plus. The big thing for me in construction is that I want to keep the guys working. They want to keep working. We don't want to let things like the utilities getting behind schedule be an issue. You know, we're kind of at the mercy of the utility company, maybe the excavating contractor, but now we can just roll in and we can just do the work. When I come home, I need to be able to just jump on this stuff and do the work because I have deadlines for content creation. I think in the future, I'll probably do a video that's more of a deep dive on content creation. How do I approach all of this, the storage, like what does proxy workflow mean? What software do I like to use? How do you sync things up, et cetera, et cetera? The reality is for me that being able to immediately come home, offload my cards and organize instantly. If you don't do that, very likely you're gonna lose footage. Accidentally format something, I've done it. Did I also mention the drone? I got the Mavic 4 Pro right here. This thing shoots 6K. So these are big files, right? So that's why this whole thing takes so much energy. I need to be able to sync all that stuff and get it organized right away or else I'll lose footage. And I've done that many times. The one thing I needed, it's gone. You want to stay organized. Being able to rely on power at home is crucial. Especially here in the springtime, what will often happen is it will get windy. The power will go out for just little blips. I just need to be able to switch over to something and just ignore that. Oh, here's a tip for you, by the way. This doesn't apply to us so much, but if you live in a place where your energy is cheaper at midnight than it is at 8 a.m. or 6 p.m., here's a pro tip. If you use the Jackery Home Plus 5000 with the smart transfer switch, you can actually charge your batteries at night when the electricity is cheaper and then power the house during the day off of the batteries. And that way, you know, you're taking advantage of the tiered pricing. Anyway, so much more to say. Just go check out Jackery. I've got the previous video. I'll link it in the description, and it's also been linked here. If you have any questions, ask me below. The reality is it's not cheap. Wait for the sales, like the current promotion that's going on here in the month of March. Buy it, get it installed, and then you can just ignore it. Thanks for watching, everybody.